The Propcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. They bring over for customers, pay just $5 bonus funds. Use promo code SGPN.
And Peggy the shot to Brown downfield. He gets the catch, and he gets in for the touchdown. The catch is made by Calvin Ridley. Wilson, as he throws.
And welcome, everybody, to the Propcast here for Week 4 of the NFL season. I'm your host, Scott Rochelle, once again joined by Adam Roseberg, and together we're going to break down the props of the upcoming games here for Week 4. Currently Friday, December 26th. We did change the record day. We used to do Thursdays. Now we're on Fridays, so keep an eye out Friday morning. Adam, how's it going with you? What's up?
I'm doing well. Sorry, I got distracted by looking at some Eichel for futures for you and I.
Yeah, well, we like him as a player, so there you go. I mean, Eichel's one letter away from my last name, so fun fact.
That is fun fact.
Counts for something.
And I always end up tagging the former economics genius administrator Robert Reichel when I'm tagging you in tweets. It's great.
Yeah,
he has no idea what's going on. Nobel Prize winning economist. What does he care?
You're trying to give him some investment opportunities.
Exactly.
But I want to point out, though, last episode was not very good for me, but you carried. I know I swept 2 episodes ago. You swept the last episode. You cooked. You went 3-0. So how do you feel?
I feel like I'm in my mid-season form. I feel like practice. We're talking about practice, right? And now it's a big game. So there you go.
Yeah, there you go. But either way, point is you cooked last week. We'll try to keep it rolling here for Week 4. Do want to ask you, though, before we get into any of the props that we have for Sunday, of course, we had a very, very good Thursday night. So do you want to talk about it?
Oh, I mean, I smoked the fucking board, dude. Like 7-1 on props, including a couple that some company, I can't remember the name of it. I think they're called like Trash Collective or something. I think they gave out some of the same props later on and took credit for it. But we gave them out on Babies at Bet and all our SGPN channels early. So boop, crush that. And the man, the myth, the legend, Ryan Gabagool
First touchdown.
Kramer hit another first touchdown. I know that's so weird that his middle name is now Gabagool, but like last week it was Gilbert. You know, we change it every day.
It's fine. Either way. Point is, though, Barner got the job done. It was a nice delayed wheel route, I guess is what you want to call that, but he was wide open. So nice job.
No, it was great. It was great.
So either way, great Thursday night game for us. Fun game, too. So the under got there barely.
Well, not only the under get there, but our new way of taking the under, which was under touchdowns in the game.
Yes, that got there, too.
That was great. I like that.
Yeah. So overall, a great Thursday night game. We'll try to keep it rolling here for the rest of the week. Before we get into our actual props, though, for Week 4, a reminder that you can find all of our picks and podcasts on SGPN with the SGPN app. So make sure to check out the SGPN app on the App Store, free to download to get easy access to all of your free picks and props. So moving on to Week 4. Adam, I'll let you go first. What's going to be your first player prop for the Week 4 show?
Well, I got a lot of stuff here. Not to bring the CJ Sullivan out of me in that vocal fry I just had. I just did. Just
friend of the program.
I got my paper. Friend of the program. Member of the program. I mean, elite. They're the members of the program. There's the kings of the program, and then there's the you, me, the Max, the Terrells, J Mark. We're all the members of the program. You know, Peltier. We're all here. Yeah. So. But anyway, look, one of the things that I'm going to take here that I saw is Mr. Aaron Rodgers. I like him to throw an interception on Sunday. It's going to be an early morning game. It's going to be in Ireland against the Minnesota Vikings. The same Minnesota Vikings who picked him off 3 times last year when he was a member of the Jets and they played in London. He's tied for the league lead with turnover-worthy plays with 5, and he's got 3 interceptions already. I love this. It's plus money. It's Aaron Rodgers to throw a pick in an offense that's not going to be able to really run it, but they're going to try to throw it. Obviously,
international pick.
We do international. It's an international pick. I like the alt under in this game too, by the way. But I don't like the Steelers team, and I'm not a big Aaron Rodgers guy. So let's go with Aaron Rodgers out of the gate to throw a pick. Plus 107 is what I have.
I am going to point out, though, that since you brought up Rodgers, I have to always mention that despite the Steelers winning some games here and there, according to all the advanced metrics, Rodgers has actually been pretty horrible.
Yeah, that's why I picked him to throw an interception.
No, correct. I'm just saying, in case you haven't been paying attention to any of that, Rodgers.
Yeah, in case I'm just making picks without watching the games. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm talking about our fan base because they might be looking at the Steelers winning last week, going, Rodgers been kind of working out for Pittsburgh. Not
Has
quite.
he? Yeah, right.
No, not quite. Like, you can't judge it solely based on wins. Rodgers has been below average. I'll put it that way so far this season. We think he's washed. So, and we know that with Flores, he's going to make his life miserable. So I'm fine with that with you. Plus money. Can't really turn that down. So moving on to my first prop for week 4, I'm going to go to a quarterback play. We mentioned it in passing last week, fading the Cowboys defense with Caleb Williams. They got there easily in the first half. Give me Jordan Love longest completion, over 37.5 yards at -112. Love's gone over this number in 2 of the first games of the season. The Cowboys, though, have allowed a 50-plus yard reception in all 3 games this season. Yeah, Eberflus, really bad at his job as the coordinator. The Packers have some injuries to the receiver position, but they still have some weapons in general. Dobbs, maybe Golden shows up for once. Maybe even a tight end gets wide open. Screen pass, couple of ways. But you're looking at Love this season. He's been fine with longest, and the Cowboys are getting torched by everybody. Give me Jordan Love longest completion over 37.5, -112.
I love it. The mothership loves it too.
I might just keep running this back until the Cowboys defense shows any signs of pulse.
Nope, I love it.
There we go.
Okay, so what else do I got here? Okay,
Your second prop.
My second. Well, yes, obviously my second prop. There's a couple I'm just looking to choose from of what do I really want here. So I think the second one that I'm going to give out is one that we discussed last night, and it's going the other way, but I still like. Oh no, we got it the right thing. So okay. Drake May, I think, is a better runner than he is as a quarterback, and they're going again. The Patriots are hosting the Panthers, fresh off a 30-0 shellacking of the Falcons. I like the Falcons this weekend, but that's completely different. And May has no problem running with the ball. We saw last week both Gibson and Stevenson on the Pats both fumbled. So Henderson, you've got the ball, and you're also a rookie. But I don't think either way that's going to really stop the rush attempts that are coming from Drake May, because it's kind of the one part of their offense that really worked. That and throwing to Hunter Henry. And
even the losses that have been kind of piling up for New England,
piling up
going over.
2. They've had 2.
No, that's why I said a loss is.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm saying they lost again last week. Even with the losses, May's been going over the rushing number.
Yeah. You can. Are you going to cap? You want to cap it for me?
Well, no, I was just throwing in there that we haven't even included kneel downs because they've
we haven't. But so I like. First of all, I mean, I'm not taking a side in this game, but I don't think the Patriots should be laying 5.5 points to anybody. So I took the Panthers. 10 against Miami, 7 against Pittsburgh, as you said. You get those even in the L's. He actually against Las Vegas, he only had 4. And when you look, though, against QBs against Carolina, Trevor Lawrence had 4 and went over his number 3.5. Kyler Murray had 7, went over his number 4.5. Michael Penix is a statue, had 2. So, and that game was over right away. So we're going to go with, as one of the show plays, we're going to go with Drake May over 5.5 rush attempts. So I think he gets 6. And that is even money.
And you mentioned New England laying that number. You don't think they should. We still think New England should be favored, just not by that many points.
Yes, correct.
So
I think they should.
New England might win.
I think they should be a 2,
4, a 3.5.
No, 4. 4.
So?
The difference, because the difference between 4 and 5 is that you still have to score a touchdown at the end of the game.
No, I get it. I figured with Bryce.
I think these teams are very close. I think these teams are actually pretty close. So I would say 2.5.
I don't think New England's that good, but. Yeah. I also think Bryce Young's road numbers speak for themselves.
I think it's not even about Bryce Young. It's the whole team. So I think the Patriots should be closer to a 2.5 point favorite.
Okay, I think it should be closer to 3.5. But either way, we think this number's massive.
Sure.
For New England.
Yeah. Well, we took it.
Yeah. So there you go.
By the way, good way for everybody to be thinking about numbers. Like if it's more than 3.5, your mindset should be they have to score a touchdown at the end of the game in the final drive to take over this anyway. So. 3. Well, sharps will be like, oh, 3.5 is so different than 4.5, 5.5. You've got the worst number. Like, yes, you did, but it's still the same. You still need the same thing to win the bet. Like, you still need them to probably score a touchdown late or do whatever it is to do that. Versus 3 and under, where all you need is that they could kick a field goal.
Yeah, 3 and under, you might see teams stall out, kick the game-winning field goal, and go home.
Correct.
So There you go. Anyway, my point is I like the play, and we think May even with them potentially getting there in the losses. In wins, you might get a kneel down or two, which helps out. So there you go. Anyway, before we get into my second prop for the show, a reminder they're brought to you by our sponsor, MyBookie.ag. Using to bet on football, college football, everything else. They have a prop builder second to none. They have a motto, bet on anything, anywhere, anytime, which kind of sums up this network as a whole. Use crypto for deposits and payouts. When you sign up for your new account, use code SGPN for 100%. That bonus $500 for your customers. MyBookie.ag promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig, America's #1 sports futures market. Since the Novig's an exchange, we're getting some of the best prices available in the market. It's available in a bunch of states, 35 plus to be exact. Download the Novig app, $50 bonus funds when you use $5. So a reminder, if you use the code SGPN when you do that promo, you'll be getting $50 in bonus funds. Get on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the Propcast here for NFL Week 4. Adam went through his first two props. I went through my first. Time to move on into my second prop for the show. For this one, I'm going to the Chargers game against the Giants. I'm going to go Keenan Allen over 4.5 catches at -114. Great price for a safety valve in the offense. Chargers offense, though, has been good. Herbert's been good. Keenan, despite having messed up shoulders, has been really good. Keenan so far this season has at least 5 catches in 8 of his last 10 games, dating back to last year, including all 3 games this season. He's had 19 catches in his first 3 games. Targeted a ton. He's been targeted 28 times in the first 3 games this season. Herbert loves him, and he should, because he's still very good at this stage in his career. And the Giants have been really bad at allowing receptions to receivers. They're allowing 16.3 receptions per game to opposing wide receivers, the most in the entire league. We know that, once again, Johnston is the deep play receiver. Elliott's kind of in the middle. We know that Keenan is the safety valve. I like the opportunity for him against this really bad secondary. Give me Keenan Allen over 4.5 catches at -114. So I know, yeah.
We capped last night, and I independently came to the same conclusion.
So there you go. We like Keenan to go over a pretty low number at 4.5. So there you go. Anyway, I'm moving on to your final prop for Week 4. What do you like?
All right. So, by the way, I already have an idea of what I want to do for our workshopping segment that we have right now. Okay. So, guess who had? We talked about how the Panthers crushed last week against the Falcons, and Michael Penix looked terrible. He may not be good, see. But
you also pointed out that was his first road start since the national title game like 3 years ago.
First road start since not even the national title, since the
that was a dome. Yeah, you're right.
Mythical, the Wash U. Yeah, the
since college. So game. Maybe Penix isn't back. I think he's fine, but he was really bad last week. You could argue the outdoors thing played a factor, and you were all over that. So,
yeah. So, all right. So that being said, I don't like this Commanders.
You shouldn't. Trey Tucker had like 300 yards last week.
That's bringing me to a great point, and they got 300 yards in a win or in a loss, I should say. So what I want here is I want an alt on Mr. Michael Penix Jr. on his passing. The baseline number is 227. I took the 230. You get a little bit of extra out of it. If you look at his home numbers, which is small sample size, he's only been at home 4 times, but his 2 games this year, or his last 2 games, 312 against Carolina in January, and then 300 yards against Tampa Bay in week 1. So and Washington is like 25th in the league in passing. Geno Smith, 289. Jordan Love, 292. I would count the Russell Wilson 168, but he's an NPC and doesn't have a team anymore. Michael Penix Jr. over 230 passing yards in this game. In a game I think that the Falcons win, I think they're going to be able to throw all over them. It's a really good Falcons spot, in my opinion. And it's plus money.
It's also at home. So you get the dome aspect, no weather. So the outdoor stuff we just mentioned isn't a factor.
Which he literally has 300 yards in his last 2 games.
I like it. I think it's a good number. And once again, in a loss, Geno was able to chuck bombs against this defense. So I agree with you. I'm moving on to my last play. Worked in week 1. I'll go back to it again. Finally have some field goal lines that are not too expensive. I got priced out of it last week. I'm back. Give me Fairbairn, the exact kicker I cashed with in week 1. Give me Fairbairn over 1.5 field goals. I see -115. He's a wagon. So he's had at least 2 field goals in 15 of his last 18 games, and he's made at least 2 field goals in 7 of his last 8 home games. It's in a dome. It's a game between 2 really bad teams with Tennessee and Houston. I know Houston's offense stinks. Tennessee's defense not great either. So something's got to give here. But it's in a dome. Fairbairn has a good leg. And once again, he's gone over this number in 15 of his last 18 games. And it's minus 115.
He's also off a game where he didn't do it. So we love to buy him. These are all. We will give some credit. Give some credit to the man in the box whose show we moved our stuff for CJ Sullivan, the apostrophe gang. But yes.
Yeah. I cashed week 1. I like Fairbairn. Unfortunately, I can never take Aubrey because he's too good. But when it comes to 1.5 field goals, Fairbairn's hit rate is kind of close to Aubrey's. Like, people don't acknowledge how often they kick. Defensive-minded head coach. They love to kick field goals. So good enough for me. Give me Fairbairn, 1.5 field goals at minus 115. So there you go. Anyway, a point is moving on to the miscellaneous section.
Which we're winging because we would like for it to have been a DP section. We wanted it to be defenses and punts.
We'll get into that next week, hopefully, but defensive props are kind of lackluster. I'll put it that way.
All right, I figured out what I want, though. I think
I'm trying to think of other stuff. Deep ball.
No, I figured out what I want.
Deep balls and go like longest completion, longest reception.
No. Well, I'm
trying to work with the DP angle. Like, does deep balls work or something? Like deep, like longest completion, longest reception.
Yeah, deep balls work so long as we. Yeah, but I think that's what. Isn't that what Steffi does? I don't want to take her shit.
Once again, we're doing this for the alliteration. It's not personal. Strictly business.
It's strictly business. So okay. What I will take is I don't hate parlaying 2 teams that I think are going to punt a lot with their over punts, similar to what we used to do with double plays. So, Vikings and Steelers over 7.5 punts is minus 150. I don't feel like winning minus 150, but Houston and Tennessee over 8.5 is minus 105, and those 2 teams are also high up there in the punts per game. I'm just seeing if there's someone else who I'd want to switch that with. We have this rare situation where they're both up there. We could do, because Pittsburgh's up there too. We could do, let me see. The only other one I would do is maybe Philly and that. Let me just see. Let me just look at one thing and then I can tell you, and we can finalize this and move to the UD. Okay, so I like this one a little better. So, okay, if we parlay, so Philly and Tampa, Tampa is tied for 3rd in the league in punts per game. Philly is right behind the same amount. I think that they both have had a lot of times where they haven't been able to get their offense going. I like the under in this game. I like Tampa to win this game. I do. Baker's a little bit hurt. I do think things are going to be slow. Let's do this. We're going to parlay. We're going to. What do you want to do? Do you want to parlay the Vikings and Steelers over 7.5 punts, which is a Europe game, which is sort of like a smash spot, with over 7.5 punts from the Eagles game, or do you want to take the over 7.5 the Eagles game straight because it's 115?
I think I'd just take it straight.
Okay. So then, as a joint, this is a joint play, a DP, a defenses and punts for us. Over 7.5 punts, Eagles, Bucks.
Okay, there we go. Yeah,
I like it.
I'm in
Do you like it?
Anything else you want to take for bonus?
No, I really wish those tackles and assists were there, though.
So unfortunate, but it is what it is. So okay,
I just took it.
Sounds good. Point is, though, it's going to wrap it up for our props. Time to move on into the best bet segment. Before we get into the best bets, a reminder, they're brought to you by our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. Going to give out an entry also at the end of the show. Use them for your fantasy pick'em entries. You win 500 times your money. And a reminder, you can use higher or lower on your favorite player stats. Available for a ton of different sports. You can mix and match. No problems there. Use their new offer for new customers. Play just $5. $50 bonus funds. Use promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Off to a great start in college football in the NFL. So check out their models. And you can also build your own. They have a leaderboard system with weekly cash prizes. Just for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets of the same type from any model that you build, and you can win $1K. Also, use the promo code that we have with Rhythm, code SGPN25, when you download the Rhythm app for a quarter off your first month. Download Rhythm, use code SGPN25 to get 25% off your first month. Welcome back, everyone, to the Propcast. Finish going through our props for week 4. Time to move on into our best bets. Adam, what is your best bet for the show?
Penix. I love this Penix over.
Okay, and that was at 229.5, 230.5?
Yeah, I did 230
okay,
at plus 106.
So you like that. My best bet, you know what? Yeah, for kicking. For my kicking loyalty, give me Fairbairn over 1.5 field goals at minus 115. You know I love my kicking props. And I defer to you when it comes to our stuff for Sundays, but I think you defer to me for kicking props because kicking I think I'm pretty good at. So give me Fairbairn.
Ryland
That is
last
true.
night, my friend.
But I'm saying I feel like most kicking props.
Your default is to go to that. My default is to go to.
Well, because you're very good at the other stuff, so I handle all the miscellaneous nonsense, and that involves kicking props. So there you go. But I like Fairbairn here. I like the over 1.5 field goals at minus 115 as my best bet for the show. So moving on to Underdog. Anything you want to recycle, or do you want to build from scratch?
I don't know. We got well, for the viewers and listeners, we have a bunch of stuff that's in our little thing here from last night that we could recycle some things. So let me just take a look. So something that didn't make the cut, but I love is I like Matthew Stafford under his 255 yards. I think he's had a lot of flights lately. I do like the Rams, but 255 is a massive number. So I kind of want to take the low.
No, I'm fine with
what
that.
do you think?
I mean, the Colts also
against a
small number of passing yards.
Yeah. You're a kicker. Let's make free space in there. Okay. So he's in there. And then I think we should put a TD in there.
I say we don't go that bold, though. We tried Wentz last week. That was a bit too much.
Hurts?
I mean, he's a tush-push king. Your choice. I mean, we can go for plus money. I just don't want the long shot 7-1 guy. You know?
Well,
no,
you know what I'm
only
saying. 2 legs. So I do know what you're saying. So this is one of our best episodes because like you and I have such redonkulous father-son chemistry. It's great. Okay, because the first thing I was going to look at was Alvin Kamara. So I don't want you to let's see. Let me see. Okay, I'm looking at touchdowns. I'm looking at prices. I'm looking at who has a good price on what's the one that we're using? Underdog. Okay, let me just look. Oh, okay. You want to do Keenan Allen?
I can get behind that. Do you want to do Keenan Allen?
I like Keenan Allen. I would do Keenan Allen, or I would do Tucker Kraft.
Is he fully healthy?
I just want to wait.
Kraft.
Good call. That's a good call out. How about see AJ Brown? Who I like? I see. You know what I would do? We could do Abeka. Let's do what we just had. Let's do Keenan. Yeah.
I was quickly looking up to see what I can get for like either.
Let's do Keenan and we can go from there.
So unless you wanted Montgomery at minus like 105. If we
no. I like this one better. I like Keenan better. We got to take a small chance.
Works for me.
Okay. Keenan Allen, higher rushing and receiving touchdown. Kyle Fairbairn, higher 1.5 field goals. Matthew Stafford, lower 255 passing yards. 6.35.
Okay, there you go. We'll see what the actual payout is. Anyway, that is going to wrap it up for the show. Adam, before we officially end it, though, remind everybody what your 3 plays were.
Aaron Rodgers throw a pick. Drake May over 5.5 rushing attempts. Michael Penix Jr. 230.
Yeah. So mine's going to be Jordan Love, longest completion over 37.5 yards at minus 112. Keenan Allen over 4.5 catches at minus 114, and Fairbairn over 1.5 made field goals at minus 115. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for week 4. A reminder: we also have some baseball props out for the Friday card. If you want to check out the MLB prop show, do that on the MLB Gambling Podcast. Also on the Propcast YouTube channel. you can check that out, episode before this one. We're back once again for week 5. Until next time, follow me on Twitter, Rage Radio. Find him on Twitter at HeyRoseberg, and good luck to all of you and all of your bats. Bye, everyone.